Hello and welcome back to my channel and welcome to this month's Off the Board with Pineapple Papers, hashtag OTBWPP. This is a series that was started last July by my friend Crystal, who is Pineapple Papers here on YouTube. And many of us continued on with her. She did, if you recall, in the month of July, she did a full month of layouts and videos using her pins, getting them off the boards and getting them onto projects. Some of us participated throughout the month as and when we could, and we now all get together on the last Wednesday of the month to continue getting those pins off the board. And this month, I'm cheating maybe just a little bit. If you recall, if you watched my Freeze Friday last Friday, I had a few laid out here. I asked for some suggestions. I got quite a few suggestions for the lovely weathered wood, which was all in the wood colors, a little bit of distressed silver, and just a pop of red. Well, in the end, that one fit more with my Scrap 5 challenge, which you would have seen on Monday, so I did use it there. But I wanted this month, I wanted to scrap lift my friend Crystal. And I took this from Instagram, and try as I might, I couldn't find it anywhere else so that I could actually pin it on one of my boards. So it didn't quite make it, but I did try. But I'm counting it as a Pinterest inspiration. It's a gorgeous, I love this type of design. And if you saw, actually, I seem to be in that pattern this week, because if you saw on Monday, I scrap lifted my lovely friend Sarah, and it was a design which is very, very similar to this one. A lovely filled corner or side up here with just sort of like a main cluster, and then the whole photo block almost acting as another cluster with just a little something in between to tie it all together. So I will try and find the original video. I'm pretty sure it was one of the 30 Days of Sketches Series 4. I will try and find the original. Otherwise, I'll just ask Crystal for it, and I will link it down below for you so you can see the original and get a twofer today. And then I am also playing along with the Crafting at a Distance over in Rediscover Your Stash, and also our Secret Not Secret Kit Club party, which is still going on this week. And I am doing Christina's challenge, which is Long Distance Love, which is, as we are now all self-isolating, needing to spend a lot more time at home, how our virtual relationships have become more important, or how some of our normally in-person relationships have gone virtual. And I'm doing a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek one because, as you know, I've done my Passion Scrapbooking album, which has tons and tons and tons of virtual relationships documented. So I thought in this one I would go a little tongue-in-cheek, hopefully make you smile. And I am documenting here a Skype conversation with Oliver the Golden. And this is actually me, and this is Puppy, and he totally, can you see that? I hope I'm doing that right. He totally gets it. This is my sister from another mister, and her husband, it was their dog, and they lived in Hawkesbury at the time, which is about an hour and a half, an hour and a quarter maybe away from me. And in any case, we could not get together on a weekly basis, or, you know, we could not get together often as much as we wanted to. So we made a point of Skyping every single week. And our first puppy, who was Scotty never got the idea of Skype. He would hear my voice, he would recognize my voice, but then he would run to the window and run to the door looking for me. When our Scotty passed at the ripe old age of 13, a year or so later, Deb and Ron got Oliver. And Oliver actually got Skype completely. So I would talk, and there he was, right there, looking straight at the screen, looking at me, and totally getting Skype. So that's what I thought I would document, because it's a little tongue-in-cheek. Hopefully it makes you smile a little bit through these stressful times, and we can have virtual relationships of all sorts. So I'm using my How to Kill a Kit with Style from March. I'm really getting a lot of layouts done. I'm really happy with how that's going. And my sort of Kill a Kit and what I've done and the layout share from that will likely be up on my channel on the weekend. I guess I will probably put that up on the weekend, and then we'll see what's in store for April. But so I have here a piece of craft cardstock, and what better stenciling and a little bit of mixed media on the background than paws, whether they be puppy paws or kitty paws. This is just a paws stencil. I sent a message to Christina, I don't remember when, and I said, okay, breaking my freeze, need to break my freeze for a paw stencil. I need a paw stencil. And in no time flat, she messaged me back. She had found you a paw stencil. And when I said, okay, send a box, need a box from some of the kits she had been collecting for me, she put this stencil in there. So this is a fun Brutus Monroe paw stencil. And this is my first ever piece of Brutus Monroe. So Sandy, I may be going back now and trying to make you proud with a little bit more Brutus Monroe when my freeze is over. In the meantime, in some kits. So I did a little bit of that on the background, and I dug out pasties, and there was just a very little bit left from shimmers in it, but it was quite hard. So I actually added some water and a little bit of clear mist in there. I don't know whether it did actually give it a sheen. I don't think it really did, to try and soften it up. And I was able to soften it up enough to get it onto this background, but that was the absolute end of that pasties, and it is now gone to pasties heaven. So we got that down, and I wanted to put it here as a background. Let me just get Crystal's layout back up here, and down in this area, so it would be a lovely backdrop instead of using pattern paper. Crystal used a beautiful pattern paper here. I might redo this because I do have a paper very similar to that. Then I went into, and the majority of what I'm using here is scraps. Well, not the majority, all of the pattern paper here that I'm using is scraps from one of my Scrapbook and Cards Today sampler kits and the Vicki Boutin 6x8 kaleidoscope paper pad. Just a strip down here. This is an orangish designer paper. You've seen that on a couple of layouts so far. Just I think you saw it earlier on my Christmas layout. Anyway, you've seen this on a few of my layouts recently. So this is a piece of Stampin' Up! Paper. These are, I cut these apart. This is from the 6x8 cut apart sheet. And these are two little bits that I cut apart together with these strips, which I also cut apart from one of the Vicki Boutin kaleidoscope cut apart sheets. Live for the moments you can't put into words, which I thought was kind of fun. And then down here, again, I used these papers from the sampler kit, a little bit of Indigo and Ivy, Gingham Farm, Vicki Boutin 6x8 paper. And this was actually a cut apart, so it's much smaller, one of the cut apart sheets, cut apart banner that I just tucked in there. So here I just popped up the entire photo block on foam, tucked in some little bits here so that I could have you see. Crystal has a little bit of a slanted cluster here, so I wanted to do that. So I tucked in just a piece here, a little sticker that says story, one of these very old stickers that I've been trying to use up this month, which just says hello. And then I went into my alpha beans, and I got this for Rough Talk, which I thought I was being rather clever. And then here in the back, this is some very old glimmer mist that I dug out, which I think the name of it is copper or something like that, but it really comes out more in the orangey tones that goes with the paper, so that I just use that, sprinkled that here to tie these two areas together, put another little bit of mist here, another little bit of mist there to sort of have a little bit of a triangle, and that's basically it. There's very little, there's really just a few scraps on this. I love this kind of thing, and Crystal does this kind of layering so beautifully and so well. I love it. And so my journaling here is Scotty never got Skype. He would hear me and rush to the door, but Oliver got it totally. LOL. So there you go. That is my off the board with pineapple papers for March. Please pop on down below and follow all of the links. We are always a whole bunch of scrappy friends playing along so that you will get tons of inspiration. I hope you are all well, healthy, and safe, and making the best of this a little bit of a crazy situation. And I hope crafting is providing you a little bit of a silver lining. Talk to you soon. Please let me know how you're using your pins, and have you been taking a little bit of extra time to either get some things on your board so that you could use them, or even better, getting them off the board and onto a project. See you next month. Thanks for being here. Bye.